Again, welcome to our fourth class discussion on these precious teachings of Longchenpa, finding rest in meditations. Today, we are in the main body of the teachings. In this main body of the teachings, there are preliminary teachings for preliminary practices, and then the main practice, and concluding sections. All these three are main body of the practice. So among these three, we already discussed last Tuesday about the preliminary practices, and also we went some section of the main practice. Right? I hope you remember. Okay. Now, in this main practice, hold on one second. Okay. Some noise in the background. Okay. I get distracted when I hear some noise, and then my mind is monkey-like mind, that which jumps to all over. So, okay, now, of course, the main purpose of this whole teaching is to realize nature of mind, Buddha mind, within the primordial timeless wisdom. So that is the object. Dhammakaya mind. In fact, inseparable of the three kayas. This inherent true being of us to be realized. Now, in order to realize that, then to begin with, you must know that in Vajrayana, we talk about having so many methods for realizing one's true natures. Having so many methods makes Vajrayana a unique path than other schools of Buddhism. That is, at least from Vajrayana teachings point of view. Now, in this case, again, the profound methods that are utilized in order to realize one's true nature. That which here named as Dzogpa Chenpo, the great perfection. The great perfection within is realized through the use of these methods. Now, among so many methods that Vajrayana use, perhaps one of the main methods that Vajrayana teaches, the Vajrayana practitioners utilize, is the practicing or utilizing the settled bodies, right? Settled bodies are channels, winds, and essence, which in Tibetan we call Tsa Lung Tigle. In Sanskrit, channels, nadis or chakras, nadis, wind, lung, the prana, the tigle, the essence, bindu. Utilize these three and then realize one's true nature. That's what's happening here. Okay. And now, how these three subtle bodies are used? By using the tigle, with the practice of tigle, the profound method of tigle practice, one attain the great bliss, exaltations. When that happens, when one attains the great exaltations, that exaltation itself, unless it's the ultimate one, it is not the Dzogpa Chenpo, not the ultimate nature. But when one attains bliss or great exaltation, this is a doorway, a window through which, or a gate through which one realize, actualize the Dhammakaya mind within. So, by the method or usage of tigle, attaining bliss state of mind. With that bliss state of mind, then having in the first glimpse of Rigpa, Dzogpa Chenpo, inherent Buddha mind within. Now so many words, right? One's true nature. Is realized by the method of using the tigle and attaining the great bliss. Through that, in the state of great exaltation, bliss, one comes to realization of one's true nature. Okay. And then, through the usage of wind, prana, or lung, these Vajrayana practitioners come to actualize so-called luminosity, the clarity. With this luminosity, then come to the realization of Rigpa Dzogpa Chenpo. how luminosity is attained through the use of wind, the prana. That's what happens. Then, through the use of channels, nadis, chakras, these Vajrayana practitioners attain so-called the state, no thought. When no thoughts are attained, then come to the realization of great perfection again. So the main point why Vajrayana use settled body methods is to attain. Now the proper word will be empty bliss, empty luminosity, empty no thought. Why to attain? When one attains this, then one's true nature will be revealing to you at the same time. Ultimate great exaltation is no other than one's true nature. Ultimate luminosity is no other than one's true nature. Ultimate no thought, the concept free, is no other than one's true nature. So, please do not think that this is something we just talk about. Yeah, in fact, we just talk about, but something very precious. The path that which, through which so many masters of the past attain realization of Dzogpa Chenpo. Master of the present attain realization of Dzogpa Chenpo. Future will attain through the use of these settled bodies. So, settled body is not something simple and very profound, very secret. I want you, hope you listen this, understand this with a veneration to your heart, in your heart. Okay. And then I just want to say this. Some of you may think, well, this kind of teaching I haven't heard before. It sounds too advanced for me. I cannot practice those. Don't have that concept. In a way, we talk about the profound devotion, renunciation, the bodhicitta, the visualization, all are profound to us in some ways. But at the same time, thinking about the path, aspiring to that path, one day down the road, one will effectively travel on this path, the aspiration you always keep. Myself, I'm not claiming that I have any profound experience or practice on this path, settled body. But it has never occurred to my mind that this is too advanced for me. I cannot do it. No, not for me, for somebody else. Never occurred to me. My aspirations, of course, try my best. And aspirations never leaves me. And admiration to this path never leaves me. one way or another to excel on this path has been and is and will be always my aspirations. So I hope you also, right? Sounds like a plan. I hope so. Now, I also want to say this. Some of you, if you are for the first time not that familiar with this Vajrayana, and also some ways you have quite scientific mind, thinking how this is possible, settled body. We can see those settled body, what I'm talking about. So don't have that. Try not to have those kind of thoughts. And not respecting, not accepting the teaching is the biggest obstacles to our path, to the path of Buddha Dharma, to the Dharma practitioners. And also not accepting sometimes has to do with one's own kind of ignorance. I was told a long time ago that in our country, 1 out of 10 people do not believe that NASA Apollo 11 or whatever landed in the moon. Do not believe. 1 out of 10. That's quite a percentage. And immediately I thought, well, we have lots of evidence, pictures, documentary, and then step-by-step stories. A non-believer would say, I've been told, well, this is just a hoax. All the landing in the moon are made in Hollywood and those things. Well, so that's the case. It's a different non-believer making it believe. It's quite a different task. All has to do one's own karma, ripening, not ripening. Here, to those of you who have faith in Buddha Dharma, particularly having faith in Vajrayana Buddhism, I must say, we do not believe. That's some other people's business. We here try to believe, try to accept the teaching. Believe in the makes a little bit awkward. Try to accept these teachings, which is going to be very evident for you down the road. Vajrayana teachings, as we talked about last time, prerequisite to this practice, first and foremost, we say this body is sacred body, Buddha body. This body is a mandala where 100 deities dwells. All the sacredness. We don't view this body in the strictly Vajrayana path. This body is a sacred body. Mandala, where hundreds of deities dwell, sacred. Just simply, we are not recognizing it. That is the path of Vajrayana. There's no escape from it. This mind of ours, its true nature is Buddha. without accepting the inherent purity, including this body, then there is no path of Vajrayana. So let us try to accept this, venerate this teachings. Let us not view this body as a flesh, blood, bone that we know. If we end up only believing in that, that's what this body is, then we are profoundly missing something that is going to be big wasted. Here, let us view this body as a settled body. Every hair on our body, every physical body has its own settled body. Let's view that. And that viewing that itself is quite liberating. Down the road, you will find this. Vajrayana teaching about purity. Even this physical body that we look at upon as an ordinary way, blood and flesh, just regular, in fact, is a settled body, is there. That's amazing. So I hope these teachings, this Longchenpa's teaching gives you a profound perspective of viewing your body from here on. This is not just how we view, but this body as a mandala. This body with a settled body, with all the sacred channels and nadis, sacred winds and sacred bindu, essence drops. This, in fact, is a sacred body. I hope this discussion provides you some kind of, to think about that. That is the whole purpose of discussion about this. Okay. Now let us talk about settled body. First, channels, chakra. Usually channel, chakra are different, but just channel is also fine. Tsa in Tibetan. We already discussed last class, but let me again go a little bit briefly again so that you may get it better. Okay. Settled body, the first central channel, right? Starting from sacred center to the crown chakra. Blue in color, hollow, see-through, thin, and all the qualities we talk about. I won't go to detail this central channel. And then from below navel, forefinger width, usually described. From there are two channels, Rasana and Lalana. Remember, it goes as a male, white here, to the right, as a female, to the right, so red color, male, white color. It goes and comes down to the nostril. 2 nostrils, vertically, going through side by side, center channel. So these 3 center channels are said to be the basis. To begin with, settle body. Of course, settle, this is settle body, which means settle, this body settle. This physical body, whatever, this settle, the most pure, refined, quintessential is the channels. So these 3 channels, we say that which means outer, body, speech, mind. These 3 are like a support through which 3 body, speech, mind appears. Inwardly, inside, inner level, these delusions, desire, attachment, desire, and anger also based on these three. Based on these 3. Sawa kusum tuchi tenche means, ultimately speaking, secretly speaking, the 3 kayas based on these 3. Right? Okay, like that. And then we talk about chakras, right? Crown chakra, we call Jyoti. First, let us begin with heart chakra. It's easier. Inka Chujikolo, we call chakra of ultimate reality or dharma. Inka Chujikolo. 8. Chakra or channel, just maybe just channel, you know, in the form of chakra. That's why it's called chakra. Chakras are said to be, first, from the center channel, there are 4 branches. Front, left, right, behind. 4 branches, which are the purity of the 4 elements of this body. And from that 4 branches, more 4 branches, then 8 chakras. 8 branch or spoke, or basically 8 like an umbrella. That 8 spokes are there. 8 chakras. 8 spoke, heart chakra. And the 16 Drimbalong Chuchikolo, we call chakra of enjoyment. So this has 16 branches from center, offshoots, 16 branches. Crown chakra, 32 branches from center again. Okay, and then navel chakra, 64 branches. So these chakras are said to be crown chakra down, heart, throat chakra, like anything about umbrella, kind of down and upward, heart chakra down, navel chakra up. And then we also talk about secret chakra, and then actually also about the crown chakra. There's another relating to the physical body, but not within the physical body, up here. Chizunam Kikamji Kolo, we call another chakra. Sometimes 6 chakras explain. In detailed teaching, when we talk about releasing the knots of the channels and chakras, attaining, going through the bhumis, according to Vajrayana. Then we talk about 6 kind of chakras. But mostly 5 chakra, for instance, as you know, Pemaku, the whole landscape is explained in the 5 chakras of Vajravarahi, lying supinely, and then our second chakra is second chakra, navel chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, crown chakra, 5 chakras, 5 holy places, like that. 5 chakras very much explained, very much practice within, particularly then, when you, for the advanced practitioners, 5 chakras must explain, must their practice. But here, only 4 chakras, navel chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, crown chakra, right? Like that in this subject. And then we go further, teaching like, then more to the advanced practitioners, then in the heart chakra, again, Sayatama jet Nepali, Umasoni, Kusumchuni, Dumachini, Shicha, the Javanese, and Sali Shinkamcha, Unaran, Yutasum Tunante, which means center 3 channels, which are basis of attaining 3 kayas, left 3 channels in this heart chakra we're talking about. 3 channels, which are basis of ordinary body, speech, and mind. In the front, another channel which is based on base of wisdom. Behind the 3 main channels, the one which is basis of wisdom qualities. All these are detailed teachings like that. And then we also talk about, most you might hear, is that 100 deities residing, 42 peaceful deities, heart chakra, again, all 42 kinds of, chakra branches, in the crown chakra, Tathungba, Ngapchutsaji, 58 kind of 100 wrathful deities residing there. Again, 58 kinds of branches of the chakras. So it's a long story that actually we don't have to, I don't mean to say this. Here, only 4 chakras, that's that. Okay, now these chakras are visualized, of course, transparent. See-through, hollow inside, like a small pipes almost. Right? Okay. Yeah, I think that will cover. And then let us talk about next subject. Here first comes practice of Tigle, essence. Essence, drop, bindu is a little bit confusing. Let me use the Tibetan word Tigle. Yeah. Tigle is Thikle, Tigle. Okay. Now Tigle, when we talk about Tigle, the main category of Tigle are 2 categories. Two categories. The first one is ultimate Tigle. Second one is then Sema Zeji Tigle. Döndam Mishipi Tigle, Sema Kunzok Zeji Tigle we call. Döndam Mishipi Tigle means indestructible ultimate Tigle. and in a relative level, the sema characteristics, substantial, sema zeji tigle, yeah, like that. Anyway, two. Now, Tuandam Mishipi tigle simply referring to one's true nature. Dungse Rinpoche's teaching used to say, Tigle Chenpo, Tazul Chenpo, which means the great Tigle, ultimate Tigle, is great expanse, which knows no limitations, no centers, no edge. That basically empty essence of the mind. That is ultimate Tigle. And then Kunzok Zeji Tigle, the substantial Tigle, then we say Tigle Kamarni, white Tigle and red Tigle. Now the red and white Tigle is said to be on the crown chakra. This white Tigle that's the essence of this body, is reside in the crown chakra in the form of letter hum or hum. That letter hum, H-A-M, Roman letter, or I guess, unless I show you the Tibetan letter, how it look like, it's not, So hum is like that, but when you're upside down, it looks like this hum. The bindu here, basically ready to drop down in the crown chakra in the form of white reside. That's one Tigle, right? And then red Tigle in the form of Ashi, we call Ashi. Now Ashi, and many different explanations. Like this, right? Ashi, some teaching says simply this one. Just one stroke. Let me do like this. And some says Ashi in this form, not the stroke one, just like this. So, doesn't really matter. Basically, in this form, reside in the navel chakra. And then from this, then center channels for man to the right, Roma, and Changma. Roma here, white, Roma is the main where the white Tigle usually predominantly travels. And Changma here, red Tigle, predominantly travels. Like that. So, now let me say this first. Tigle, white and red, but at the same time, Tigle has called Tangma, Nyingma, which means refined and residual tigre. Refined by nature, these are refined tigres. And at the same time, when it goes for ordinary phenomena, it's not refined tigre, residual tigre. Refined and residual. Tigre by nature, refined, or by practitioners, practice the tigre, and tigre become refined. The many refined, right? Dhamma, called refined tigre. And then nyingma tigre, residual tigre. Residual tigre is then actually the almost like physical tigre, like that. And within that physical tigre, again, residual and residual tigre. Residual tigre are then almost the visible white and red tigres. And more residual are the visible ones. Just residual tigre are said to be the which gives you energy, the power, the clarity to your mind. So now let us break that down. When you break down, not only that tigre we talk about, but actually tigres are the basis of mind. How many minds we have? To that level, all settled tigres are there. And then also in the teaching of Vajrayana, talk about mixed tigre, inherently red and white, mix everywhere. These are the basis of mind. Tigre are the basis of mind. Now, going back to the channel teaching, I described the center channel and chakras. Beyond that, chakra and channel, again, offshoot, many channels. Actually, it's said as far as your body's physical reaches to that level, so many channels, countless channels. Every hair of your body has its own channels, like that. Bigger. Center channel and center chakras, but again offshoot to all throughout the body. Like that, tigre, the essence also residing here, residing to the crown chakra, to the navel chakra, but again, many tigres. As far as the reach of the channel, so far reaches the wind, settle wind. As far as reaches of the wind, to that extent, tigre reaches, tigre everywhere, like that. Okay, I think that should be enough now. Now let us go to the page 18, okay? Number 6, right? We already last class we already read this part. Anyway, I'll just read through. First, the introduction to the skillful means of great bliss. Following the preliminary meditations previously explained, imagine that 3 channels, straight like pillars, pass through the center of the 4 chakras, right? It's clear. The channels on the right is white for the male, we're talking about. Channel to the left is red. Center channel is blue and like a hollow tube, right? Top of which lies in the Brahma aperture, the lower end lies in the sacred center. That's what we discussed already. Now the practice, of course, the main point here is to practice. Okay. To practice, there are 3 levels of practice Longchenpa teaches. The first is this one. In the center channel, at the level of the navel, there is the letter A. I showed it already. Whence fire blades causing the descent of nectar from the letter Hung. I show you the letter Hung, Tibetan letter. One more time. Yeah. Located in the crown chakra. These fill up the 4 chakras and space within the body. That's the first section. How to actually practice is then, Longchenpa says, you visualize center channels and all the chakras. Now on the navel level, you visualize this R, which we say this is the essence of fire element, ready to ignite fire. And as you breathe in, then that ignite that fire. Fire, actually we talk about the fire itself is the, tiny, like hair, but very warm, visualized. Now, where are we talking about? In the center channel, okay? We don't think about the 2 side channels, center channel on the crown, on the navel chakra. In the center channel, Uma, Sauma, Avaduti in Sanskrit, center channel. And that warm fire warms up, go through the warm, center channel, heat up this crown chakras, letter Hum, the thick layer in the form of letter Hum is heat up. It's ready to drop. Now, as it is heats up, it drops the nectars. The nectar, where we're talking about, white, then a little bit of a mix of red, white, red color. That this nectar is a supreme bliss. Bliss. As the fire heats up, nectar flows. First fill up the crown chakra, the joy, ultimate, perfect joy. Bliss is experienced. As the nectar fills up the chakras, crown chakra, all the tube-like fills up, basically fills up, and flow continuously this fire warming up, continuous flow to the throat chakra, to the heart chakra, to the navel chakra. Fill up. With that, experience the joy, the bliss, this nectar, the essence of bliss. So we talk about like joy, supreme joy, joy beyond joy, and then inherent joy. But that's again a little bit in the detailed teachings. So anyway, basically think this body, this channel, this chakra, this whole body is filled up with this nectar, bliss, nature, and experience that joy, the bliss. Now, I would say empty bliss, right? Empty bliss is experience. And then that's all. That's the one thing, experiencing that bliss, descending of the nectar from the crown chakra. And then second part, page 19. When bliss pervade the body, the nectar from the latter hung flows down without a break upon the latter balm located at the heart. Meditate on this until the experience of bliss arises. So later, balm, balm. Here's latter balm. This is sixth level of the kidney. You visualize that latter palm, deep blue in color, and then continuously absorb in that palm. And with that, one experience the incredible bliss, really bliss out, incredible bliss. One try to experience. That's the one thing, the ultimate bliss. Okay. And then third kind of part, again, is then the latter palm gets smaller and more fine. Your mind now settled free from thoughts. Now what happened is latter palm then now dissolve into emptiness. Fine, and dissolve into emptiness. In a state of devoid of all conceptual constructions, right? The mind now settles free from thoughts and images in a state devoid of all conceptual constructions, which means empty bliss. Through this method, blissful concentration will arise, and then thus the state of calm biding. Here, calm biding does not mean the usual understanding of calm biding. Then here, it talks about the result, number 7. The ultimate, what it result, this practice result is the state of mind then manifest beyond all thoughts, beyond expressions. Space-like state beyond the ordinary mind. This is blissful, empty luminosity, the state of great perfection. Now, this state is called great perfections, inconceivable and limpid dharmata. Okay. Now, I hope you got the idea, Longchenpa, what Longchenpa wants you to practice. Again, visualizing central channel, chakras, descending the nectar, experience the joy, descending again to the palm letter, experience perfect joy. And then dissolving the latter palm and come to the ultimate state, the empty bliss, understanding of dharmata, the great perfections. Okay, let us briefly Just do the practice. Okay. Let us sit straight, wherever you are sitting, on your comfort sofa, or on the floor. Let us sit straight. While visualizing, you can close your eyes or very much look down. That, most of the time when we see things, takes our minds away. So easier. Keep it straight. If you can, the 7 posture of meditation of Vairocana, right? Sit straight, relax. Now visualize in the center of your body. Think this body is a sacred, transparent. And in the center of the body, the central channel, from secret to the crown chakra. Blue in color. Soft, thin, straight. Below navel, 2 channels alongside vertically comes up, side by side. Through the crown chakra to your 2 nostrils. Now the crown chakra with 32 spokes, branches, facing down. Throat chakra, 16 branches facing up. Heart chakra, 8 branches facing down. Navel chakra facing up, 62 branches. Just visualizing this will center you. Now on the navel, red in color, Ashe, the form. So visualize. At the heart level, palm letter. In the crown chakra, the hung, facing down. As one breathes in through two nostrils, the wind travels through the ashi. Now ignite the light, the fire, very tiny, very warm at the same time. In the central channel, the ashes fire gets warmer, travel up through the central channel, reaching the hung, ready to drop the bliss, nectar. Now nectars flow ceaselessly, abundantly. Filling up the crown chakra, all related channels flow there. Experience the joy. Overflowing, coming down to the throat chakra, filling up again. To heart chakra, filling up. Experience the joy, bliss. To the navel chakra, filling up. Whole channels, chakras completely fill. Now this transparent body, no space left. Fill with this great blissful nectar throughout our body. Experience the joy. Try to remain here. Now continue to the second steps. Blissful nectars continue to flow to the latter hung, palm at the heart level. From the latter hung to the palm at the heart level. As this flowing, concentrate on this palm. Experience the great joy, the exaltation. Where there are no trace of no joy is left. Complete joy. Beyond measure. Try to remain in this. Now 30 steps, continuing. This letter bomb slowly getting smaller. Final dissolve into emptiness. Now remain in this empty, great exaltation, beyond expressions, beyond thoughts. The great perfections, the true nature. Okay. That is the tip of the iceberg. Meditation on great bliss. Okay. Now that on the book, that number 8 talks about the experience. As you grow used to this, 4 experience will come to you. All that you experience, that you perceive, is easeful, ease and comfort. Day and night, you do not leave the state of bliss. Your mind is not disturbed by the torments of the desire and hate, and wisdom manifest, whereby the meaning of the Dharma's word is understood. All this experience. The qualities, what result from this basically. Through continuous meditation like this, on this, sun of qualities unbounded will arise within your mind. Power of vision, clairvoyant knowledge, and the rest. This introduction to the nature of mind through skillful means of great bliss is a crucial and profound instruction. Okay, may you practice, excel one day in such practice. Okay. Now, I think we are a little bit, time is not agreeing with us, but I meant to finish the second one. Yeah, anyway, a little bit over time, it should be okay. What is second? First, I have to talk about that a little bit. Otherwise, this text is so loaded with information. Second practice is practice of wind, right? Using the wind or air, prana, lung. With that, realize the luminosity. And from that luminosity, again, come to the realization of natural mind. Okay. Now, I have explained channels and tiglays. These two are done. So let me, before we do this, go through this first, let me explain you wind a little bit. Okay, wind. What is wind? Then many different levels of wind. First, obviously, wind, that air we breathe in and out. If this wind stops, life is over. So that's wind, right? The more of a grosser level of wind. Then settled level of wind. Chawani tuji talani, niti chitong tuji tangsu, chuang kuntu jeti chitong ki tangdanyang bi zhomba tabudne, which means the settled channel kuntu jeti chitong, 84,000 kinds of thoughts, concepts. To that extent, the winds are there, settled winds. Winds, inner winds, these inner winds explain like carrying the mind. Carrying the tigle and the mind. What carries through? The wind carries. Actually, beautiful. Longchenpa actually, in the teaching of Tulku Orgyen, dispelling the darkness of the 10 direction, Bhagavad Tantra explanation, he said, imagine that channels are like a expensive plan, meadow, big plan, big. That's a big plan. And then this is channel. Wind are like a blind wild horse galloping very fast to all directions, never, sitting quiet. And then the bindu or the tigle is like a disabled man riding the horse. Or the mind riding the horse of wind, like that. Actually, in Tibetan, we say when somebody is upset, rage show up, we say lung lang du da, which means his wind is up, scattered, which means basically his wind has arisen wildly. Lung lang du da, which means that this person is really in a rage. Anyway, interesting. And even in an ordinary talk, we say like that. Okay. Anyway, winds are the ones who carry our thoughts everywhere. So you see, we say that the very basic level, we say Lu tong za zhong, za zhong lung tong sem tong chu lao yang tong, which means if your body remains straight, one reason is from Vajrayana point of view, why you remain very straight, relax is so that your channels, center channels, or crown, all the chakras will remain aligned, central. If these channels, not only center, crown, the chakras, but offshoots, many centers, many channels, if those remain straight, relaxed, the wind that which travel through these chakras, channels, infinite channels, will also flow nicely, right? And then we say, lung tona, sem tone. If the wind flow nicely, gently, not blocking them easily, then mind will be also calm and aligned. So, which means that keeping your body straight helps center the channels to be straight. Center, the channel is straight means wind is straight. Wind is straight means tila is straight. Tila is straight means mind is straight, calm state of mind. So very much in Buddhism, of course you can meditate while walking, sleeping, but still meditation is somewhat sitting straight, relaxation. First and foremost, relaxation. Like that. Okay, what else? Now, furthermore, I want to briefly say this. We talk about when are the responsible of functioning of your body. The eye faculty, seeing the object, ear faculty, hearing the sound, all senses, because of the wind, wind enable us to see things, to hear everything rest. Likewise, bodily functions, so the heat we have here because of the fire wind. Then we talk about wind upward movement, wind downward movement, wind that covers the whole body evenly, like a heartbeat. Why heartbeat happens? Of course, medical science, we explain how these things, muscle, and then explain here come, here goes, all these things, brain, every part of body explain very nicely. But why these organs function, this body as different parts of body function as they function. In these teachings, all credit goes to Lung. Okay. What else then Lung? And then Nangi Lung in Jungi Kadoche, which means inner wind. Now the settled wind, settled winds are the Jungangai Kado in the color of 5 elements. All there, winds are all there. Nangi Lung in Jungi Kadoche, right? Inner winds, all there. So what happens then? These kind of practice of luminosity helps these get used to or control over these elements, these winds. Stale wind expelling out, pure refined wind keeping. Actually, then bringing the wind through to side channels to the center channel, when these 5 elements come to the 5 elemental winds, by the use of this Lung practice, prana practice, bringing to the center channel, and then is said to give a powerful transformations, attaining power over all elements, basically. I don't know, long time ago, I watched a movie, it's called The Last Airbender. That's a kind of interesting concept. Because this is like that. Okay. Now we know. The grosser level, wind is just simple breathing is the wind. Inner level, see, the riding horse like all mental concept, mental all thought. And then inner wind, the essence of all 5 elements. And gaining power over these inner winds of 5 elements and gaining power over all. But anyway, the main thing here, the practice, is to attain, what do I say? Luminosity through the practice of wind, right? Okay, I thought to go through I already explained, now just ready to read. Next class, I'll just read and we practice a little bit like we did. And now I promise that we do question and answer today. So let us do that. Okie dokie. Now, Isabel, if you say a few words about how people unmute and then ask question. And then I want to also, last time, Mary Black, she was asking her questions, but again, because of the time and then a little bit technical issues, we did not do it. So I welcome first Mary Black, and then my friends, whatever questions you have. I don't have answers to all, of course not, but I will just answer whatever I come to my mind. Okay. Okay, Isabel.
All right, so just a short words. I changed the settings so anybody that wants to ask a question can unmute themselves. And make sure you're not signed up twice, because that's how we get echoes, endless echoes, and then we go somewhere else and cannot understand what we're talking about. So that's about all there is to say. I have Mary Black that's going to talk in a second, and then after that I have Juan that raised his hand. I think if you want to raise hands, it's at the bottom of your screen somewhere. There is a little hand you can wave, and then I can see the lineup. There we go. It's all yours, Mary.
Hi, Tulku. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mary, I can hear you.
Well, the question that I had last time, I was confused by the previous class, the class number 2, where you were talking about vows, different types of vows. And because I'm such a beginner in these ways, I'm not familiar with the names of all the vows. And so I got sort of confused. However, you know, after last week's class, I felt like I understood enough that I wasn't so confused anymore.
Oh, I'm glad, Mary.
So, yeah, so I was just wondering if there's someplace I can see the vows printed, like translated into English or something, so that, or be able to read them, you know, the names in Sanskrit or in Tibetan, just so I know, so I can understand which vows are being discussed. But that's less important than your teachings.
Okay. Okay, Mary. Then, yeah, actual subject of the vows are very detailed. At the same time, pratimoksha vows, we call Chisotarki Domba, Bodhisattva vows, and second Mantayana vows. In the monastery, we study so-called Domsum, 3 vows texts. One that Ngari Penche, you write, Ngari Penche Pema Wangjal. One amazing called Domsum. And then commentary made by Longchenpa in the Mindolin tradition, who was a lineage holder of the vows that, particularly we're talking about Pratimoksha vows that passed down from Shantarakshita's time. Amazing explanations. Then these, I think, translated in English. I am not sure. I will find out. If you give give your email to Isabel, I will find out the English. I will find out first. I'm not sure if it's translated, and there is one that translated. His Holiness Dujong Rinpoche made a commentary about the 3 vows. This I saw English translation somewhere. Do anybody here in this class, have you seen that book? If you have seen that book, raise your hand and let me know right now. Okay, Aaron?
Yes, it's called Perfect Conduct.
Okay, where can you find it?
Yeah, Wisdom Publications, I believe.
Okay.
I think Sangye Kanzuro translated it. I think.
Perfect Conduct, name of the book. Wisdom
Yes.
Publication, translated Aaron Things by Sanjay Khandro. Okay, Mary Black.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Urkula.
Okay. Next.
Hi, Kula. I had a question.
Mhm.
A couple of questions, actually. Maybe it's too much. If it's too much, just let me know. One is, is it important to visualize the chakras in any specific color? And then the other question is, can we use the Roman letters until we get the Tibetan letters right in our visualization? And then maybe the most important question is, how can we let aside a little bit the attachment of trying to get a result out of the practice? Because I can see myself seeing oh, I should be feeling good now, and nothing is happening, right? So how can I not pay attention and get rid of that?
Okay. First question, whether or not color should be visualized. Yes, in the center channel, left and right for men, white and red, for women, red and white, center channel, blue color. This is emphasized. So whenever want to visualize, you make sure you visualize first. In the context of, by the way, in the context of other, Tumo practice and settled body practice, we go through our deity visualization, sub-visualization. Sub as first as a deity. So in this simple form practice, one so visualize first, think this body is transparent, empty essence body. Within that center channel, visualize. And even for few minutes, this will really make you feel. See, in the calming shamatha basic practice, we simply attending the sensation in our body really helps to calm our mind. Now the center channel, when you visualize crown, the chakras, it really helps to calm you down in the first place. And then feel like, your body also light and centered. All this benefit, incredible benefit actually. So anyway, these things just will happen once one try. And then chakras color, not very much emphasized, but again, we do talk about crown chakra white, 5 Buddha family chakras, color, throat, yellow, heart blue, like that. Navel red, and then green on the sacred chakra, like that. We also talk about. And then 5 Buddhas actually residing in these 5 chakras. And then 5 Buddhas, I hope one day, you might already know, but one day I hope we explain 5 Buddha families, 5 colors, 5 wisdoms, 5 elements, all these colors also like that. Okay, that's what it is. And then, whether or not Roman letter visualize, yes, you definitely can visualize. Not a big difference. But at the same time, like hum letter, it says visualize in the crown chakra, the nectar ready to fall down. Hum, bindu there. There's a blessing also to, if you can try to visualize. Bam, of course, the 6th syllable of dakini. Dakini, ultimately speaking, dakini is the ultimate state of great exaltation. That is dakini. So, Bam letter, visualizing. In this case, blue or sometimes red light, red color, visualize dakini, syllable. Bam. And then ashi, if you can visualize like that. If there's a choice, I should say, for you to visualize in this letters form, and then not a big deal. Main thing is visualize, do the practice. So not a big deal. You also visualize in other letter form, Roman letter form. It's okay. It's not that it's not okay. It's okay, definitely. Actually, I did ask many lamas. They said it's okay. Not I'm saying it. Now, third question. We are very goal-oriented. I briefly read a book by Trungpa Rinpoche, Spiritual Materialism. Since we are goal-oriented, we want something immediate experience. That we have to change our attitude. Immediate kind of result. When that do not happen, discouraging. That we have to change our attitude. Just practice for the benefit of all sentient beings. Ultimate goal is to come to concept-free, as Shantideva ultimate teachings of teaching of emptiness. Neither existence neither existence nor non-existence remain before my mind, and beyond that, what is to grasp, to remain concept-free. Ultimately speaking, Dzogpa Chenpo try to understand is that beyond concept, boundless, no expressions, beyond expressions. So yes, it is sometime then having some kind of experience is good, and at the same time we won't have time this time to go through all this text, but going beyond this text, continuing this text in the concluding section, Longchenpa gives detailed instructions of what when experiences arise, is some experience going actually contrary to the actual path. So how to kind of amend, correct that experience and all these things. And then when we are looking kind of for experience, that experience, see in the trauma practice, we call 4 maras. One mara is mara of bliss. When bliss arises, then one kind of experience that one attach almost to that. That is one mara again. So goal-oriented practitioners, then there are some kind of obstacles they may come later on. And then that should be corrected. Okay, so let us just practice. Okay, any questions?
Next is Aaron and then Alex.
Okay, 2 more, then we are done.
Okay, thank you, Tukula. So just before my actual question, when the text refers to the blazing and dripping, is that the practice that we just did with you?
Yes.
Okay, so in that practice, there was no mention of vase breathing, but I think in other practices,
We are doing next time, this coming one. I did
okay.
With the
So
practice of lung pranayama. Okay, go on.
So then after receiving that, is it not necessary or is it advisable to combine the vase breathing with the visualization of the dripping? Or are they separate practices? Like it's just okay just to do the visualization and you don't have to do any specific breathing in the practice that we did today?
Okay. Vase breathing practice emphasize on wind is on the luminosity aspect. The second one is not very much emphasized on this first practice of bliss. The vase breathing and all these are not emphasized. Emphasize this next one. Okay.
Okay, so in the practice that we did today, we can just breathe naturally and not worry about how we're breathing at all. Okay. Is this Tumo or is that different?
Tumo practice? Yes, this is form of Tumo practice, yes. Okay. But not exact like, that Tsalung practice have a little bit different ways of visualizations. But this is it. This is the basis. From here, then a little bit detail out.
Okay, thank you, Trula.
Yeah. Alex?
Hi, Tulku. Thank you very much for your teaching. The question that I had was about the luminosity. And I was wondering, how can we integrate in daily life the inner luminosity that we might experience through the practice and the outer radiance that we see around us all the time? Is there a way that we can integrate this very profound inner practice with the daily life, that we're surrounded by radiance everywhere? That's the question.
Okay. Yes. There's a very profound teachings from Dujum Rinpoche. It's called Namkha Suntuki Dhamma, which means threefold skies practice. Threefold skies practice: inner sky, outer sky, and secret sky. So these three skies, threefold skies practice are basically integrating your inner space, luminosity, empty space, and outer expansive view with light, brightness, integrating practice. Such practice that is actually very profound Dzogchen practice that is done. So your questions, can that be practiced? Yes. For instance, even toggle practice. Gazing to the sun in the daytime, moon in the night, in between to the water lamp, yes. So all these things integrating inner and outer luminosity. That's very clear. But at the same time, then how we do, that is again long, detailed practice. In toggle practice, 3 ways of sitting, 3 ways of gazing to the 3 objects. So all these things, such things happen. So for your day-to-day life practice, as we talk about the place matter where you practice, in order to kind of clarity within our mind, especially laxity sets in, Longchenpa recommend, go up in the mountains from where you can have a very expansive view. Longchenpa's meditation place, Kangri Tökal in Tibet, and Pumthang Tharpaling in Bhutan. I had the fortune to visit last year with my parents. Pumthang Tharpaling has an expansive view on the from the high top mountain. Amazing. They said, I haven't been to, of course, Kangri Tökal, but they said Kangri Tökal is similar. So high up in the mountain with an expansive view in the front. Especially imagine Kangri Tökal in the winter time, of course, all these snow-capped mountains all down below, and you are gazing from top. So all these things, inner luminosity, clarity, integrating to the external clarity, such practice was there. So, okay, thank you very much.